Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Closet. My name is Kevin and tonight I'm tasting Chattanooga Whiskey 111. This is the cask strength product, of course, named after the famous Glenn Miller song Chattanooga Choo Choo. Not that much better at piano than I am at tasting whiskey, but cheers anyway. It's not named for Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's named for the city, of course, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga Whiskey on their website has a fascinating story about their distillery and the city and the history. The thing that shocked me was it was illegal to distill spirits in Chattanooga, in the county that Chattanooga is in. And the distillery basically started a public campaign and got the law changed. And now they're able to make some pretty good whiskey, which we'll taste here. Okay, this is the cask strength product. It's 111 proof. This is a really, really interesting whiskey. First off, they've got a lot of information that they provide, which I always love to see that kind of transparency. It's a 4-grain, it's yellow corn, malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley. The fermentation, a temperated 7 days. I admit I don't know what that means. And then the cooperage is 53-gallon barrels, toasted and charred oak barrels. And it is not filtered. Now here's the interesting thing. The age statement is simply greater than 2 years. So we can assume, I think, that there's some very young whiskey in this bottle. Let's get into it. Oh man, this whiskey smells so good. It has this toasted marshmallow thing, like a super light kind of vanilla, not like deep dark vanilla. This like really makes you think like kind of a marshmallow vibe, but it has so much baking spice in the nose as well. It does not smell young at all. The alcohol is pretty present in just kind of like it's burning my nostrils sort of a way, but it's not adding any of those like negative ethanol-y kind of characteristics to the nose. I want to say there's almost like a cola sort of note in this one as well. It's pretty complex nose. It's very pleasant, but it's also interesting. I really like it. All right, time to taste. Oh, that is so great. It opens really sweet, maybe almost making me think like caramel corn or something in that kind of area. It's not overly sweet, but it's really appetizing. The proof is pretty predominant, but it's not harsh at all. The proof, I think, is making it feel kind of spicy and tingly. And there is a fair amount of oak impact to this, considering that the age statement is greater than 2 years. To get that much oak impact is fascinating. It is incredibly mouth-watering in this very particular way that I often get in certain whiskeys, and I really, really like. There's so much of that baking spice. There's a little bit of kind of a bitter kind of tinge on the very back of the tongue as you let the finish go, which is great. A lot of times those bitter notes put me off, but in this it's perfectly balanced. Man, that is just all around really, really good. Chattanooga has like a pretty good reputation, and I had seen a lot of reviews similar to what I just did here, where people were kind of surprised at how good it was. So of course I was excited to find one and pick one up in order to try it. And as you can kind of see from the level on the bottle here, I've been really handing this one out and having people try it, and I think unanimously, everyone has really enjoyed it. We've done some tastings with all kinds of stuff, and a lot of people ended up gravitating to this as being kind of their preferred thing, going up against some really heavy hitters. Turns out it's a pretty good thing that Chattanooga changed the law so they could make this kind of bourbon. It's the Up Next series, so we are going to compare Chattanooga to last week's tasting, which was Willet Pot Still Bourbon. It comes in this fancy pot still shaped bourbon. Somebody left a comment on my last video, and thank you again very much for leaving it, where they let me know that the whiskey in this pot still shaped bottle is maybe mostly not actually from a pot still. It's still not clear to me. I tried to do some research and find out, and they don't really say what is in here. There's some speculation, and different reviewers have sort of said some different things. It may be that portions of it are pot stilled. It may be that they're using a pot still as almost like a secondary run. I don't know, but I was very interested and surprised to learn that. But let's taste it next to the Chattanooga. Quick refresher, the Chattanooga is at 111 proof, and the Willet is only at 94 proof. The color difference is remarkable. The Willet is this kind of very light hay color, and the Chattanooga has much darker vibes. Yeah, there's that kind of banana funky nose, a little bit of a vegetal thing happening, maybe like a little bit of a kind of hay, and there's a certain kind of sweetness that I'm not really putting my finger on right now. Yeah, man, that tastes so kind of plain right now. That shock of spice that I normally get from it, I'm really not getting right now because I just had the Chattanooga. It's finishing in kind of a weird, kind of bitter way too. I don't remember that. Okay, getting a little bit more of the spice now, spending more time with it. It is hitting me in this very sickly sweet way tonight that I'm absolutely not enjoying right now. Here's the Chattanooga. Gosh, that nose is so rich. Oh, that is so interesting. I think I still like that caramel corn note, that kind of idea. I'm getting, because I just smelled the Willet, and the Willet is like not coming out with a lot of oak on the nose. The toasted oat characters are really leaping out now. That's excellent. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta say, I really recommend this one. You can get your hands on a Chattanooga. I haven't tried the non-cask strength. I expect that's probably pretty good too. I'm a high proof guy in general, and this cask strength is so great. Hey, if you watched this far, do me a favor and go ahead and hit the little thumbs up button. This is just a thing that I do in my basement in a closet for the fun of it. There's no advertising, there's no sponsors, I'm making no money from this, it's just a fun hobby, and it would really help me out if you can like the video and comment and do all the things that tell YouTube that you liked it, and then YouTube will share it with other people, and then maybe I can grow it and get even more engagement with the whiskey community out there. This has been the Up Next series. Next week, I'm going to taste the Wilderness Trail Bottled in Bond. This is the High Rye edition, which is definitely my preferred of the High Rye versus the Wheated. So we'll taste that and we'll compare it to the Chattanooga 111. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.